Okay, let's go back
Come
to it.
on in. So I got
No, you open that door for me.
No, okay.
I want both open.
No.
Yes. See, guys, the doors open both ways.
Yes, and there are glass doors, which is absolutely horrible for audio quality.
Dude, this is like unimaginable wealth, dude. How the fuck do people make this much money? $2.9 million near Las Vegas? Dude, oh my fucking lord, dude. You can buy a fucking castle in Las Vegas.
Wall of audio.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no. Look at the top of his head. Hasan Abi, or Hasan Piker, is a famous Twitch streamer who is well known for his political streams and being a self-proclaimed socialist. He initially worked with the Young Turks due to his uncle, Sinek Uyghur, owning it. Eventually, Hasan built up a mighty empire on Twitch, becoming one of the biggest streamers on the site. However, his road to fame and glory has many potholes along the way. Today, we'll be looking at some of these potholes because let's face it, Hasan has a lot of these. From his content to his personality and even to his drip, or lack thereof, there are many things that you can easily criticize him for. Let's take a look, shall we? So a few years back, Hasan got in some hot water when he had the really hot take of saying that America deserved 9/11. Yeah, America as a whole, everyone in America deserved 9/11. They're all monsters, including the random people who have nothing to do with the problems that America faces today. But no, they all deserve 9/11.
What the What the is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave soldier, his eye hole with their Isn't that how he lost his eye? Because he got his eye hole? America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
Yeah, America as a whole, everyone in America deserved 9/11. They're all monsters, including the random people who have nothing to do with the problems that America faces today. But no, they all deserve 9/11. I could honestly give Hasan a pass if this was just an attempt at an edgy joke or satire, or even if he was trying to talk about the American government itself, but this was very clearly not an attempt at any of those. We know this because he is having a very public meltdown, which will be a reoccurring theme in this video by the way, and the fact that he tried to defend himself saying America deserved 9/11.
Within context, I was simply referencing the fact that all of the foreign policy decisions and our arming of insurgent groups in the region and our efforts in destabilizing the Middle East have a direct consequence, a boomerang effect rather, if you will, in causing 9/11.
This apology is so ass. He essentially tried to shift blame and say that America did deserve 9/11 and that it was justified. This isn't even an apology. He was honestly better off not saying anything. His other excuse for this was that English wasn't his first language.
Fairly soon after you said it, that saying Americans deserve 9/11 is a completely different statement and one that's wrong.
No, I didn't say Americans deserve 9/11. I said America deserves 9/11.
Right, but that's
and
still
in that
wrong.
Moment, well, maybe you can chalk it up to English being my second language or whatever you want to chalk it up to. Obviously,
Sure, you may have said America instead of Americans. But wait, who lives in America again? What kind of people live there? If only there was a term you could use to describe the people who live in America and who died during the 9/11 attacks. Hint, it's Americans. And you've been in the US ever since you were 18 for college, so you've had plenty of time to get used to the language. This just sounds like a cheap cop-out to try and reduce backlash for your insane take. The thing about this is, like I said before, if this was simply satire or a joke gone wrong, I wouldn't even include this part in the video. But when you wish death on an entire group of people who have nothing to do with the state of the Middle East for no good reason, and then try to justify it so half-assedly, then yeah, you've got some problems. Hasan also views himself pretty highly as someone who is a critical thinker and a culture changer, as he expresses in this video which we will be looking at. He tries to come across as someone who is a take charge kind of guy talking about the erosion of culture, but in reality he just looks really out of touch and acts downright delusional throughout the whole video.
I'm here to talk to you today about music, art, fashion, one of the greatest problems that our generations are facing. The biggest scourge that affects our society. Against all of the cultural and social progress we've seen is the battle against intellectual thought.
This dude is talking about the battle of intellectual thought like he's the next Megamind. Bro, you watch copyrighted shows on stream and drop political takes comparable with a basic Instagram white girl. Hasan talking about the battle against intellectual thought is like a wolf saying that eating meat is bad. It's also pretty ironic that Hasan of all people is saying this when he spreads constant misinformation to his massive audience.
Are you guys comfortable with that?
See my previous point.
This is a war against critical thinking, a battle against intellectualism. This is a war against rational behavior. And we're not even aware of it. And that's terrifying. Whew.
Hasan is trying to put up this big talk about being in the war about rational behavior, yet he himself is completely irrational and prone to acting very emotionally. I have already listed one example already, but I have way more evidence. This man has a meltdown on Twitch or Twitter pretty much bi-weekly at this point.
What kind of an example are we setting? The problem with America is that because of cultural imperialism, we are literally teaching the rest of the world how to think, what to wear. The Kardashians are lying to you. Culture used to be the backbone of the resistance. All it seeks to do is sedate the masses. Culture now seeks to appeal to our primal urges, our base needs. We're now in the age of mediocrity. You can bring about the positive change you want to see in this world.
Holy shit, Hasan really has no self-awareness. This man is really going on about how culture used to be the backbone of the resistance and now culture sedates the masses. Bruh, you are a famous Twitch streamer. You are the culture. He goes on this self-righteous rant like he's some world leader trying to inspire the people and not some Twitch streamer reacting to content. Your entire content basically boils down to popcorn entertainment. Which is fine, people want easy topics to be entertained by, but stop acting all holier than thou. You're no better than what you're preaching against.
Because the revolution will not be televised. Only you can bring about the revolution by taking it to the streets. Keep resisting. Silly girl is going to be upset if we don't talk about fashion, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't at this point. This video honestly looks like it's satire or parody. Hasan is talking about how there's going to be a revolution while he's sitting in his chair watching other people's content. This is the same guy who tells you to keep resisting while he gets handed everything on a silver platter for no effort whatsoever. This is one of the most out of touch and least self-aware videos I have ever seen in a while. It's basically just your generic rich celebrity video where they try and talk to the masses, but they don't actually know what the general population wants. So they just sound super out of touch and weird. One of the comments that I found on that video that I really liked was one of Sam Hyde's best sketches. Because this video really shows how out of touch Hasan is to the rest of us. Which will of course be a recurring theme in this video. But are we really surprised that the famous Twitch streamer is out of touch with the average Joe? Now for probably one of the more interesting points of contention that Hasan had to face in recent times. A while back, it was revealed that Hasan bought a roughly $3 million house, despite him being a loud and proud socialist. When this news dropped, he initially got blasted hard on the internet. However, Hasan was not going to take this lying down. Oh no, he was going to fight back. The three main arguments that Hasan and his fans had to justify buying a $3 million mansion was that he A. bought it for his mom, B. he's forced to participate in capitalism, which doesn't make him a hypocrite as he's only doing it to survive, And C, the housing in LA is very expensive, so he was forced to spend this much money. Hasan claims he bought a house for his mom, yet the mansion he bought had 5 bedrooms. What are him and his mom gonna do with the 3 extra bedrooms? Not to mention the fact that you don't need a massive ass mansion for 2 people, unless he's planning on housing a bunch of less unfortunate people in there. But that would mean Hasan would have to spend time with the poors, so that's never gonna happen. The second point, and the one a lot of his fans do in defense of him, is that just because someone criticizes capitalism doesn't mean they can't live in it when it's the only option there is in society. They like to post that one meme where one dude says, "We should improve society somewhat," and another guy goes, "Yet you participate in society. Curious." Apparently, purchasing a $3 million mansion is just forced to live in capitalism. Can they not see that a $3 million purchase is not just forced to live in capitalism? No average person can afford that kind of mansion. He is not simply living in society. He's living in high society. Also, the part where Hasan says that housing in LA is expensive is laughable. Like, "Oh, sorry man, I didn't know you were forced to live in LA. You can only live in LA, where it's a crime-ridden shithole, and you can't even complain about it, or you will get out-of-touch blue Twitter checkmarks bitching at you. And if you can spend $3 million on a mansion, surely you could have spent some of it to move out of LA and buy a cheaper but still decent house. That way, you still participate in capitalism to survive, yet you could also be the socialist you claim to be and help out the less fortunate while still being well off." Hasan also has the audacity to give other people shit for living in expensive mansions, yet all of a sudden now expects us to just accept it when he does it.
See guys, the doors open both ways.
Yes, and there are glass doors, which is absolutely horrible for audio quality.
Dude, this is like unimaginable wealth, dude. How the fuck do people make this much money? $2.9 million near Las Vegas? Dude, oh my fucking lord, dude. You can buy a fucking castle in Las Vegas.
Wall of
The irony of this clip is that he was giving Sniper Wolf shit for a $2.9 million mansion when he also bought a similarly priced mansion. Just unimaginable wealth, dude. How the fuck do people make this much money? Hasan crying about other people buying expensive mansions and then buying one himself just highlights his complete lack of self-awareness. Also, to add on to this whole hypocrisy about the $3 million mansion is when Nicolo, who is also a self-proclaimed socialist as well as a domestic abuser, bought a $2 million mansion. She got massive backlash for doing so, with everyone telling her off. While she did have some people defending her, they were few and far in between. Was everyone telling them that a $2 million mansion is not just simply participating in society at that point, because it's a lot more money than the average person is going to see, which sufficed as an explanation. Now we have Hasan here with a $3 million mansion, and now all of a sudden people are massively rushing in to defend him? Why were people so quick to crucify Nicolo, yet when Hasan bought an even more expensive house, he gets a massive wave of defense? If Nicolo was rightfully shamed for being a champagne socialist, then Hasan should most definitely get the same treatment, if not harsher. Hasan talks the talk about socialism, yet when it comes time for him to walk the walk, he dips. He's just not about it. The funny thing about this is that ironically, Hasan has only strengthened the argument for capitalism, because without capitalism, he would be unable to sell his Champagne Socialist Act and profit from it so massively like he would in a socialist society. Only in a capitalist society is he able to profit off of talking about socialism as much as he does. Hasan also bought a Porsche Taycan that is worth $200,000. Now, most of my points that I stated in the $3 million mansion segment also apply to this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. What I will add on is that it's apparent that socialism is just an aesthetic for Hasan because he doesn't act on his principles. Yes, he should still be allowed to have nice things even if he is socialist. However, does someone really need a $3 million mansion or a $200,000 car to live in society? Because at that point, you're not living in society. You're living in high society. You are the 1% you claim to fight against. Hasan only uses socialism talking points for money. He claims to be for the lower and middle class people, yet the way he acts, you would think otherwise since he's living like a king in the upper class. But I mean, come on guys, do we really expect Hasan to follow his own beliefs? I mean, it's just a house and a car after all. Okay, so it's a mansion and a Porsche. So what? Are you saying that socialists can't own things? So what if the things they buy happen to be absurdly expensive and something that the average person can't afford? You really expect Hasan to share his money with the poors? You want him to be broke and penniless on the streets? You really want Hasan to die? Side note, the people defending Hasan on both the mansion and the Porsche are downright delusional because they keep saying how just because Hasan is socialist doesn't mean he can't have anything, when the problem is that the things he gets are things only the rich can afford. They just want a bootlick for a millionaire, which is hilarious because these are normally the same people who go, "Eat the rich!" and yet they would ride and die to defend Hasan. It's obvious that he's not a socialist and only wears the label for attention and money when he spends his money more like a rich capitalist. The thing about this whole situation is if Hasan was just a regular Twitch streamer, no one would care if he bought the mansion or the Porsche because it's just rich guy buys rich guy things. Who cares? Big whoop. However, one said streamer is also a huge advocate of socialism, yet when the time comes for him to put his money where his mouth is, he can't do it because it's all spent on fancy Porsches and mansions. He's just LARPing as the working class while he hoards money like a dragon. Yes, spending his money on mansions and Porsches is better than paying his editor. That's right, the socialist doesn't want to give to the people that work for him. He would rather spend money on luxury goods than on his workers. Literally putting objects over people like a true capitalist. I will give him this though. He is probably one of the few, if not the only majorly successful capitalist that will openly advocate for socialism. Hasan is widely known for two things. The first of which is being a self-proclaimed socialist and blasting his basic-ass political takes on stream. The second is him stealing other people's videos with his face posted in the corner. Sorry, I mean Hasan reacting to and analyzing content. Let's take a look at one of these instances at him giving his detailed analysis on videos.
Executing Operation Ice to See You. Welcome back. Let me brief you on how the world ended. Actually, the details are a bit foggy, but it's believed that Batman was eating soup with his hands at a Chinese restaurant when someone coughed on the croutons. January 2020. The virus is spreading across the globe.
All right, now everyone just pops over dead and we win. Sweet.
And everyone was amped to start panicking. Oh my god, the virus TM is everywhere. In your country, in your homes, in your cereal. Better not touch that door handle, better not touch your face. Don't touch me, breathe somewhere else, Vector. People said. Oh, I suppose it is kind of cute though. No, I must resist. Guys, does anyone else feel like the air in here is kind of chunky? How do I take my white cell count? These ones all look red. You get the idea.
Wow, what a very detailed explanation of the video. I really like the in-depth analysis of you just eating your lunch and adding nothing to the video. Very insightful. I just realized that I'm a reactor just like Hasan because I also do the same thing whenever I eat. I didn't know content was that easy to make. But I mean, it is pretty easy when you just repost content from others. This is basically a Jinx level reaction, just letting the video play while you add absolutely nothing of value to it. Actually, I take that back. At least when Jinx reposted other people's videos, he had the decency to actually look at them instead of eating his lunch, or in some cases, not even being present while the video is playing. At least Jinx links the video he reacts to in the description. Hasan tries to justify his lazy and non-transformative reactions with the following arguments. He first says that he streams for 8 hours and that you can look through it to see that this is absolutely not the case. Bruh, no one is gonna look through 8 to 10 hours of stream, especially when you stream daily for that period of time just to see if you're doing the bare minimum to react. The problem is that these clips even exist in the first place because there shouldn't be any compilations of an empty chair in the background while you still keep the video of much smaller content creators playing even when you're not there. At that point, you might as well not have a face cam or talk since their videos just carry your stream. Oh, and did I mention that these content creators that Hasan watches are hardly credited? He just takes their content to pass off as his own, and they get minimal benefits from it. Him playing the video even when he's not there just highlights how little he actually matters in these react streams, since he doesn't even feel the need to be present and there's not much of a difference even when he's here. If someone is able to make a 45-minute video of you just being Jinx Reacts 2.0, then you've got a problem. Hasan can't even make a simple text overlay stating AFK right now or something like that before getting up and pausing the video. He just lets it run in the background. If he only left his chair once or twice while the video continued to play, I don't think it would be such a big deal because I get it, accidents happen. But he has done this repeatedly to the point of where you're able to make entire compilations about it. And don't even tell him that maybe he should link the video that he's reacting to because he will act like this is some Herculean task and bitch about it nonstop.
Okay, we're gonna get to this is C tier drama. This just feels like Hasan wanted to not be streaming anymore, but didn't want to lose those stream dollars. Like outside of the camera being on him, how is it any different than him just watching a YouTube video off stream? It just rubs me the wrong way. Like, how do you think of your viewers to just stream your break? Dude, what am I supposed to do? Die? Like, I don't understand.
Yes, Hasan, you're supposed to die because someone asking you to credit the original creator is clearly the same as you dying. That person is so unreasonable for asking you to credit people. You know, since you claim that you reacting to their videos is exposure. So it would make sense that they would be credited so that they can get exposure, which is what you wanted, right? Because a major part of your defense for reacting is that you're giving exposure to smaller creators, thus helping them out. He then says that since Casually Explained made a video ripping on him for pausing a lot, that means his react content is fair use and transformative. Yeah, maybe when you react to political videos, you actually react to the video and make it transformative, which is fine. But the problem is that you don't do this reaction for all the other videos you react to. If you did it for every video you watched, then nobody would be talking about your terrible reactions now, would they? Just because your political reaction videos are fair use doesn't make all of your reaction videos fair use. It's wild that this is even a convo when most people love watching it, and the overwhelming majority of content creators, including myself, love when people react to whatever we make. I don't think people like it when you're eating lunch or when you're not even in your chair while their videos play in the background as filler to substitute as your content. That also doesn't count as fair use because it's, you know, not transformative. People also don't like it when you barely give them credit for their videos, especially when you claim that your exposure helps them out, and you sit and say nearly nothing like your political Jinx Reacts. I do hope that since you're such a self-proclaimed socialist, you will be compensating people for their labor. It's also pretty weird how people are asking Hasan to do the bare minimum and not leave videos running while he goes to jerk off or eat or whatever, because that's not fair use and him and his fans make such a big deal about it. Eventually, Hasan decided that watching YouTube videos wasn't enough and he set his sights for television shows, in this case, MasterChef. I couldn't even believe that he was watching a copyrighted TV show so blatantly because he would most definitely get DMCA'd if he did it. I know he has no respect for other people's content, but to take it to the point of watching TV shows is just a special type of entitlement. At first, I thought he had a sponsorship to do this because that is the only way Hasan is going to stream MasterChef unpunished. But that hope was quickly torn apart when Hasan tweeted out, "The MasterChef meta is over," showing a takedown notice sent by Twitch. The audacity Hasan had to blatantly stream a TV show and not even try and give a semblance of fair use is just plain sad. Not that it would have mattered in this case, but still. This dude was just outright streaming a TV show and acted all shocked when they DMCA'd his ass. It's just funny how Hasan tries so hard to justify his lazy react content when it's obvious to anyone that he's very clearly not properly reacting and basically just playing other people's YouTube videos while people watch him and give him money for other people's work. Dude acts really entitled about it too, like he's doing these YouTubers some favor by watching him when he's not even at his chair half of the time. We already had this convo about that kind of react content back in 2016 with Jinx. And the other half, you just sit there saying nothing at all. I'm convinced the only reason why he gets a pass is because he's doing this on Twitch where everyone else is doing the react meta. If Hasan was a YouTuber and he tried pulling these shenanigans on YouTube, it would be a completely different story. With the obvious aside, can we talk about how concerning it is that these big Twitch streamers somehow think that it's okay to openly stream TV shows? I'm not even talking about Hasan in this case. It also applies to people like Pokimane and Disguised Toast. They decide to poorly react to TV shows, not even mentioning the fact that the TV shows are copyrighted, and when they inevitably get striked for it, they only get a slap on the wrist because, let's face it, Twitch isn't going to permaban their moneymakers. Now, Twitch and the TV companies make new rules to hit down on the rest of us harder, and these streamers get free publicity and a break for it, while the rest of us get shafted even more. There's a reason why these shenanigans only happen on Twitch and not on YouTube is because it would never fly there. Case in point, Suzy Liu, who underwent multiple lawsuits because she didn't fairly react to TV shows. To continue along the lines of Hasan's poor react content, the most prominent example of this is with exci. The drama between these two all started when Hasan decided to react to one of Jay's videos in his usual style. Jay naturally did not like this because he was basically just re-uploading their video for free views and money. So they decided to make a response video to Hasan about it. Hasan had a really mixed reaction about this, shall we say.
Now, let's take a look at what Hasan said about all this in response to my stream.
The YouTuber who made the video about the Strange House not Donkey is mad at you, reacting to Hasan Abi's original content that he worked really hard on and made all by himself. Why? Because I was cooking while that was happening? Is that why? Hasan, if you see this, I'm happy for you to react to my videos if proper credit is given. However, please don't just let them play as filler, sitting there saying very little and just having lunch, or leaving them in the room like, come on, man, I'm fine with react content. It just requires a substantive or significant reaction and proper credit. Okay, fair.
Oh, okay. He's taking it really well.
That's totally fine. He makes the most sense.
Well, that's nice to see, isn't it?
I mean, I understand.
Sweet, dude.
My man said react harder.
Oh. So I have like 30 minutes of Hasan's response to work with in my editing room here. If I was the kind of shady fuck to choose the clips I play with maximum bias, I could make Hasan look like a wonderful saint.
I personally don't care. But if others do, then dude, absolutely, I will respect that 1000%.
Or I could make him look like the biggest gaping asshole who ever lived.
Just such a fucking dingus, dude. Just show their channel name, dumbass. How is that so fucking hard? Like, what is this attitude that you have, you stupid fuck?
Man, how were both those clips from the same stream?
Dude really went from "I'm sorry" to "this person is a fucking idiot." Damn, Hasan's neck must really hurt from all of that whiplashing. In the original stream where Hasan reacted to Jay's house video, he sat in silence for 90% of the video, not adding anything transformative even when he did speak. He even did his signature moves that everyone gives him shit for, like leaving the video playing when he gets up to piss or whatever twice. or eating his lunch while other people's content entertains his chat. But I think the most egregious thing that he does in his reaction is that at the end of Jay's video, when they go and promote their other projects, Hasan immediately cuts off the video.
Wow! Growth industry? That's everything I have for you today. This has just been a very small project on the side as I work on something much bigger. My full critique and breakdown of seasons 11 and 12.
I'm gonna add you into the call. Yeah, I mean, once again, are you okay with that or not?
Who are you adding?
Train, are you okay with that?
Finish this reaction, okay.
After Hasan shamelessly uses Jay's video for his content, he doesn't even have the guts to promote their other projects. Hasan claims that the main reason why he can react like he does to other people's videos is because he gives them exposure. Yet in that stream, when it comes time to show something that would make this mutually beneficial for both parties, he exits out and goes to watch another video. Because of this event and the whole Twitch streamer react meta, Jay decides to make a video 7 months later about react content on Twitch. And while they do discuss Hasan, they mainly talk about the overall state of the Twitch react meta. The main takeaway from their video is that if you're gonna react, at least try and add something transformative to the video. You know, a simple message. However, this simple message, for whatever reason, is too much for Hasan to handle, and he loses it, as you will see in the following clip. He decides that the best way to handle being told that his reactions aren't fair use is to outright lie about Jay and try and say that they're a Nazi.
Watch their videos ever again, and I move on. This is what I said 1 fucking year ago. Since then, he made a video, or they made a video. Afterwards, they had like a bunch of fucking Nazis in the kill stream get together and do an 8-hour reaction to my entire stream. I think it was an 8 or 10 hour fucking podcast that they did on that. Okay. And I apologized back then. And they held on to the grudge. And then they made another video now. Another video a year later. Sargon of Akkad joined. Multiple 8-hour streams. If you expect me to think that that person is charitable at this point, I don't know what to tell you, because it's not. You're a fucking psycho if you think that that is a charitable person. No, that is a deranged person. It's a 5-minute video, which I apologize for. It's incredibly petty. It's incredibly fucking petty.
Ah yes, the non-binary individual is a Nazi, because as we all know, non-binary people are well known for their hatred of Jews. The funny part too is that Hasan initially describes Jay as a he, but then changes it to a they right before calling Jay a Nazi. So Hasan even acknowledges that Jay is non-binary, yet still tries to paint Jay as a Nazi because they dared to criticize how Hasan reacts to videos. The fact that Hasan needs to lie this badly about someone only shows how much he really cares about fair use reactions and taking criticism, and only shows the length he would go to defend his bruised ego. Also in his chat, someone randomly said that Jay was in a stream with Sargon, and instantly right after that comment was typed, Hasan immediately jumps on it and says that Jay streamed with Sargon despite the fact that Jay has never interacted with Sargon whatsoever.
Another video a year later. Sargon of Akkad joined. Multiple 8-hour streams.
But Jay could be lying. Okay then, please show me where Jay has interacted with Sargon. I'll wait. Hasan is so desperate to try and win one over Jay that he was willing to listen to some random person in Twitch chat and run with their story. Which is never a good idea because Twitch chat only shares 2 brain cells between all of them. Hasan only parrots what his chat says because he can't think of anything on his own. The quote-unquote Nazi kill stream that Hasan is referring to is EFAP, which is hosted by Mauler. I know that EFAP is infamous for hyper-analyzing videos, but to call any of the people on there Nazis is just an outright lie and slanderous. And the main kicker is that Jay didn't even attend the stream Hasan was talking about in the first place. There's also tons of other stuff that Hasan lied about when he was ranting about Jay. From the time of the house video reaction drama being 5 months ago instead of a year ago, to saying that Jay made 2 videos on Hasan when it was actually only a stream and 1 video. And the fact that Hasan said the house video he reacted to was a 5-minute video when in reality it was a 14-minute video. I'm not saying that Hasan is supposed to have a perfect memory, especially for a random event a few months back, but it is interesting how he misremembers a lot of details, and every time he does, it suits him better instead of Jay. I'm not really surprised that Hasan would lie about this, since he already lied about Jay being a Nazi, because Hasan knows that he doesn't have to actually address any of the arguments, since he can just give excuses he knows his audience will eat up, and they will not look into this anymore aside from his word because he gives them what they want to hear. The sad part is that it kind of worked, because even when Jay was talking about how Hasan lied about them by saying that they're a Nazi, you had dumbasses in the comments saying shit like, "Don't you have enough clout yet?" Which is really self-unaware, since Jay is basically being called a Nazi. But yeah, she's just farming clout by being called a Nazi. You know, a term which gets people fired from their jobs and deplatformed on social media. The very thing that makes you shunned and hated by society, and is one of the worst things a person can be. Oh, but Jay's just farming clout by saying that Hasan is lying about them being a Nazi. Because, as we all know, you get mad clout when you're a Nazi. People really want to fuck with you when you tell them that you've got that Germany 1940s viewpoint. What a brain-dead moron. Another person was bitching about them never hearing about Jay until Hasan, which somehow only proves that React content is good. Jay never said that React content as a whole is bad. Jay only says that when you react, you should put in more effort than leaving the video playing while you go eat food or take a piss. Also, the fact that you're only here to try and dunk on Jay because they criticized Hasan, and not because Hasan reacted to Jay, which means you're not here to watch Jay's content, which only proves Jay's point about Hasan's reactions not really helping out smaller content creators. One more person said that it was interesting how Jay decided to respond to the accusation when Hasan was away for the next 2 days. Yeah, I know Hasan lied about Jay being a Nazi, which could hold very negative consequences for Jay considering how big Hasan's audience is. But you gotta wait till he's back. That would be unfair otherwise. It's not like Hasan has already extensively lied about Jay to save face to his audience, because that is definitely fair for Jay. Having a streamer with millions of followers and tens of thousands of viewers at any given time extensively lie through their teeth about them. A lot of people like to use the clout argument against Jay by saying that they got exposure for it and they're just drama baiting for attention. These people greatly underestimate the amount of views that Hasan gave Jay. For context, at the time, Jay's house video only averaged around 50 views per hour. Now guess how many extra views Hasan gave Jay in the first hour of his stream? 1K extra views? 2K extra views? 5K extra views? Well, if you guessed an extra 150-ish views for a total of 207 views in an hour, you would be correct. Hasan had all of these people watching his stream, and he could only get an extra 150 eyes on a video. Guess how that clout really adds up, huh? 150 views really helps rake in the big boy bucks in ad revenue. Jay swimming in mountains of cash like Scrooge McDuck. And while the whole drama between Jay and Hasan definitely helped with the views on Jay's house video, keep in mind that if Jay never confronted Hasan, they would only be up an extra 150 views. Because as we can see in the analytics for the house video, after that initial view burst, the view count drops back to normal. Guess when Hasan actively promotes a video by only showing the name and title when necessary and not even showing the end credits, he can only get them 150 easily views. Damn, that's some mad clout. It's just unreal to me how blatantly Hasan can lie through his teeth about someone, and when they try and defend themselves, you have all of these Hasan fanboys coming in to say how Hasan gave them clout, 150 extra views on a video that had thousands of views already, and that they should be grateful for it. You can try and justify Hasan's lazy and poor reactions any way you want, But if anyone he reacted to poorly ever decided to file a DMCA claim and copyright strike his Twitch, they would be in the right. There is no way that Hasan could fight the claim legally. Because, like I said before, saying nothing for 90% of the video while eating your lunch and leaving the video playing while you AFK is not fair use. Also, pro tip, when you claim that your reactions help out other creators, maybe don't ban people from your chat when they ask you to give credit to the creator.
Show their fucking channel name, dude. It's not a big deal. No shit, dumbass. What kind of a fucking baboon are you?
Hasan gets mad at this because of how much he agrees with it.
Like, you think I disagree with that? Why do you... Oh, God, I fucking despise these dipshits, dude.
Well, no, he's getting big mad because he thinks this is really obvious.
I swear to fucking God. Like, just such a fucking dingus, dude. Just show their channel name, dumbass. How is that so fucking hard? Like, what is this attitude that you have? You stupid fuck.
Hasan also got himself into some beef with twomad because why not at this point? Hasan versus twomad was something I don't think anyone could have predicted, not in a million years. But this whole debacle just highlights how egotistical and delusional Hasan is. It all starts when Hasan tweets out Lamal, showing two articles. The first article talks about the Delta CEO asking the CDC to cut quarantine time for breakthrough COVID cases. Then the second article talks about how the CDC shortens recommended COVID-19 isolation and quarantine time. twomad responds to this by saying, Hasan, this is Alex Jones' populism level insinuating the Delta CEO through brute force power influence forced the CDC to cut isolation time. When the CDC, via independent advisory signed off by many epidemiologists, had already decided on it to mitigate health worker unavailability. Looking back at this, it came as a real surprise to me and many others. When I first saw this, I thought that twomad was memeing because this discussion of COVID-19 and politics is way different than what he normally does. I mean, come on, it's literally twomad, the living human shitpost. How can any of us predict this crossover? Hasan did not like this response as disagreement with a political debate bro is worse than murder, so he responds with 1. Healthcare worker quarantine time was cut short 5 days before this decision. 2. Unconventionally, the CDC never released a new data that shows it's safe to quarantine for 5 days even with vague guidelines. 3. Not just the Delta CEO but also governors influenced by commerce. Hasan also thought that twomad was memeing when he initially wrote his response to him. But he soon realized otherwise and replied was, I originally thought this was a meme. I was wrong. Apparently, there's a good deal of people who truly think that it's Sandy Hook was fake level conspiracy to repeat what the CDC openly stated. That this new lowering of quarantine requirements is to protect the economy. At what point does the CDC ever state that they reduce quarantine times because of pressure from corporations? They only state that the quarantine times have been reduced to 5 days. The fact that you go on about how it's a conspiracy to repeat what the CDC openly stated when you're the one trying to connect big business to CDC decision making is peak irony. I thought we were supposed to trust the experts. Why are you questioning them? Trust the science, bro. twomad claps back against Hasan by saying, I know you want to say you were just pretending, but we all know government balances decisions for economy all the time, Hasan. But you imply a compromised government by corporations, so to be honest, I clapped you up a bit. So chill was the Trump pandemic misinformation for a week, yeah? Stunlocked. twomad also replied to Hasan by saying you're doing the same thing Trump supporters did when they call it a pandemic. They said the CDC and Fauci were in the pockets of Big Pharma, and look where that got us. First to get the vaccines, and close to dead last in vaccination rates in the developed world, lol. What twomad is saying in both of these tweets is that Hasan saying that the CDC is motivated by these big corporations is the same as Trump supporters saying that the CDC is motivated by big corporations. While Hasan is referring to general large corporations and Trump supporters are talking about Big Pharma, they are both referring to massive companies pressuring the CDC to change their policies for COVID. Hasan misses the point in response was, yes, it's actually Trump supporters who are in favor of continuing restrictions famously. Just come on a stream if you want to clearly communicate your position rather than posturing with weird Twitter takes. Dudes, you don't get it. twomad is saying that you saying the CDC being motivated by big corporations is like Trump supporters saying the CDC was motivated by big corporations. I don't get what's so hard to understand about this. And the come on stream part is just peak political debate, bro. Yeah, bro, we have a disagreement, so what clearly needs to happen is that you need to come on my stream and debate me so I get easy views and attention. Imagine if people started to demand other people come on Twitch streams when they have the slightest disagreement. Yeah, bro, you got a problem? Well, I'm going live on Twitch. Come on my stream, bro, where I make money and views from it. Debate me, bro! Like, you guys can't have this debate on Twitter where you'll just repeat the same things. The only difference is that Hasan won't get any views and money from it. twomad elaborates on his position by saying you can't really be this stupid Mal. The comparison I'm making is between Trump supporters suggesting the CDC was compromised by private business and you doing the same. If you can't get that analogy, you should ask your uncle for a new job. Hasan still doesn't get that him saying the CDC is motivated by companies is like Trump supporters saying the CDC was motivated by companies. And he responds with, all I'm hearing is cowardly posturing behind the computer because you're worried that you won't be able to misrepresent what I'm very clearly stating in real time and regulate to uncle memes like a Groiper neckbeard. Dude, legit, what the fuck is this comment? All I'm hearing is cowardly posturing behind the computer. Imagine how egotistical you have to be to say that when you are a political Twitch streamer. Cowardly posturing behind a computer is your whole job. I can't believe this was an actual phrase that Hasan typed out seriously. What, you want to engage in fisticuffs with twomad over this? Take this beef IRL? Want him to pull up on you in LA? twomad isn't cowardly posturing behind a computer. He's saying directly to you what he thinks. And even if twomad hopped on your stream to debate, he's still gonna say the same things he's been saying on Twitter, and he's still gonna be behind a computer either way. The only thing that changes is you getting money and views on Twitch for this if he shows up to debate. The uncle memes like a Groiper neckbeard part is also funny because Hasan, you would be nothing without your uncle. No one knew who you were before your uncle, and do you honestly think people watch you for your basic white girl Instagram takes, or the fact that you eat lunch while watching other people's videos? Come on man, you're boosted because of your uncle. Without your uncle, you would be working at McDonald's flipping burgers. Not saying that it's bad to be a fast food worker, by the way. I'm just being realistic about Hasan's job situation if his uncle didn't own the Young Turks. It's not a Groiper neckbeard meme if it's true. twomad also got in an argument with H3 over this, where H3 tried to say that twomad had Destiny write his tweets for him. Like, what? Does Destiny live in Ethan's head rent-free or something? Because no one mentioned Destiny prior to this. Apparently, it's a Destiny talking point to say the CDC was not bought out by companies. Only Destiny can say this. Apparently. I know that this segment isn't about H3, but I included this because Ethan's Destiny comment is relevant later on. While that little H3 versus twomad spat went on, Hasan says, this MF has begged me in the DMs to come on stream like 10 times. Now that I'm asking him to come, it's all Twitter memes. This statement is hilariously poorly aged for reasons you will see later on. The only thing I'm going to say right now is that Milk ages better than this tweet. twomad responds to this by saying figures you avoid debating literally anyone who's knowledgeable on politics, but you've got no problem debating twomad, Greek, XQC, and Trainwrecks, and then you call me the coward in your echo chamber. Respond to what I'm saying instead of begging me to come on your stream. A lot of people were saying that twomad saying this was a self-own since he's admitting to not being knowledgeable about politics. However, twomad never says that he doesn't know anything about politics. He's saying that politics isn't his main focus, and that Hasan avoids debating anyone who does focus on political topics. Hasan then proceeded to react to twomad on stream.
So twomad, who is known for memeing, usually, wrote this in response, and I thought, this is a bit, right? Like, because it's twomad. At first, I thought it was a meme, and so I DM'd him, like, are you okay? Like,
I just hit it with, like, a little bit of facts, and I wake up, Destiny gives me a retweet.
Oh, he's going. I know you want to say you were just pretending, but we all know government balances decisions for economy all the time is on, but you imply compromised government by corporations, so to be honest, I clapped you up a bit. Chill with the Trump pandemic misinformation for a week, yeah, guest unlocked. Okay, now I'm gonna go fucking balls to the wall. This is 1000% for clout. Suck my cock, you irrelevant bitch. Okay, straight up that is bait. Straight up that is fucking clout. That 1000% is for fucking clout. No, he absolutely got fucking boosted, and now he's just fucking trolling, and now he is 100% doing this for fucking clout. Okay, we're done.
It's funny how delusional Hasan is and how he just doesn't get a simple concept a 5-year-old could get. The real catcher, though, is that twomad decided to get on stream to debate Hasan. When twomad finally got ready to debate Hasan, what is Hasan doing after begging twomad to debate him on Twitter?
Okay, we're done. Just come on the stream, jackass. Here, dude. Here, you want to fucking come on the stream? Go ahead.
Okay, so Hasan says, get on the stream. And then what happens? He's watching surgery on a grape. He's watching fucking MasterChef. There's content here.
He's watching goddamn MasterChef! Hasan was talking the talk on Twitter and Twitch, only for him to pussy out at the very end. And we know Hasan pussied out of the debate because he made it so that anyone who typed twomad in the Twitch chat would get a 24-hour ban. Like, you were the one begging twomad to come onto your stream, and now you're backing out and banning his name from the chat? Hasan was saying shit like how twomad was boosted like anyone would give a shit about Hasan if his uncle didn't own the Young Turks. And how twomad is a fucking idiot, like Hasan isn't the biggest fucking retard in whatever room he's in. I have never seen someone who acts like they're so right when in reality they're so wrong. Also, Hasan talking about twomad doing it for clout when he's saying shit like my clout extends to you and begging twomad to come on his stream is peak irony.
Hey, listen, my clout extends to you, twomad.
The real kicker is that Hasan even admits privately to twomad that his posts about the CDC and corporations is just speculation. So Hasan is straight up admitting to posting conspiracy theories about the CDC being controlled by big corporations like a quote-unquote Trump supporter would. And he doesn't see how that's a problem somehow. This isn't really surprising though when you realize that this is the same sniveling coward who won't acknowledge Sam Hyde in his $2.5 million boxing fight offer. Hasan pussied out of the debate by saying he doesn't want to debate memes. Because as we all know, COVID conspiracies are just memes, apparently.
What is this he replied?
You think if I stop right now to go fucking debate on memes that were popping 3 hours ago with twomad, you think these people are gonna be happy?
Ooh, you pussy! You pussy! Oh my god, he's putting me in the same spot as Destiny. He's like, oh my god, I'm scared. He's so good at making like the most bitch-made, scared ass sound cool.
Memes that were popping 3 hours ago.
Hasan explicitly refers to twomad as a meme in order to give himself an easy out. But the meme that Hasan is referring to is about him spreading COVID conspiracies about how the CDC is controlled by corporations. Speaking of Destiny though, another reason why Hasan pussied out was because Hasan got it in his head that twomad was going to bring Destiny on. Despite twomad never mentioning Destiny at any point in their Twitter slap fight.
Because you'd avoid literally anyone who's knowledgeable on politics, but you got no problem debating twomad, Greek, XUC, and train ranks, and then you call me a coward in your echo chamber, respond to what I'm saying instead of begging me to come on your stream? Oh, he's just straight up trying to get fucking Destiny on here. Yeah, he can suck my dick. Hey, listen, my clout extends to you, twomad. If you have a good point of view, don't try to fucking hide behind other people, you pathetic little coward.
Hasan psyched himself out of a debate that he wanted, and it's now somehow twomad's fault for it? Like, what? This man was talking the talk. Come on my stream!
Okay, we're done. Just come on the stream, jackass. Here, dude. Here, you want to fucking come on the stream? Go ahead.
twomad tried to get on your stream. He spent hours waiting for you on his live stream. He was in your Discord and sent you an invite to his Discord.
Get on the stream. You've been begging to be on the stream. Pull up. It's weird that all of a sudden he's not. You don't want to come on the stream.
And you say, tell me to come on the stream. Doesn't let me on. Doesn't let me on. Bruh. I'm in his Discord. I invited him to my Discord. I'm sitting here waiting for the shit to happen. You're begging me to come on your stream. You're beating ass shit.
And you ignored it all and made it so that anyone who typed twomad's name in your Twitch chat would get banned for 24 hours.
Hey, it's Hasan. It's on him. Ball's in his court.
The ball's in his court.
Though. Actual ballin' ass puss.
Wait, let me go to Hasan's stream real quick. Let's load up Hasan. I'm verified on Twitch too.
Guys, 45 minutes.
So I'm verified on Twitch. Can I type twomad? You are currently timed out from chat. You can type again in 24 hours.
You even ignored Ethan's text for you to debate twomad.
Bro, Ethan Klein just chimed in. Yo, Ethan is texting Hasan to debate me. Look at this. Ethan Kleiner literally texted Hasan. He's still fucking. Oh my god, speak to me, you fuck.
My clout extends to you.
Hey, listen, my clout extends to you, twomad.
This dude talking about clout like he wasn't begging twomad to get on the stream only to pussy out and ghost him. Mans can't even face twomad, the living meme. If Hasan can't even get into a debate against the human shitpost, I wonder how he'll fare against people who do focus on politics. This whole situation shows Hasan's complete lack of self-awareness, but it's not surprising, considering this is the same dude who thinks that's fair use to eat lunch while watching other people's content. In conclusion, Hasan ran, he's hiding like he's Anne. So a while back, 2 of Hasan's mods got banned for saying the word cracker, and he tried to justify it by saying, absolutely insane that Twitch banned 2 of my mods for using the word cracker. One is black and the other is brown. Does Twitch actually believe that cracker is a slur? First off, why did you mention the race of your mods? It's even worse that they are non-whites using derogatory terms towards a group of white people. If your mods were white, I could get where this tweet is coming from, but mentioning their race only worsens your argument. And considering how cracker is listed as a slur, then yes, Twitch does actually believe that it is a slur, because it is. While I'm not saying that cracker is as nowhere near as bad as some of the other slurs like the no-no words for blacks or gays, but it's still a slur and you shouldn't say it. Especially when you pride yourself on being super progressive and accepting of everyone, since it's pretty hypocritical for you to find it okay to hate on a certain group just because. You can't claim to be progressive and accepting of others only to then openly rail against a certain group of people for no reason. Hasan decided to double down on this statement on his Twitch and tried to justify it by saying how cracker isn't actually a slur since it doesn't have historic significance.
Pejoratives, no matter what the quality is, if they are not tied to contemporary or historic oppression, okay, especially systemic oppression, well, they're just mean words.
Well, considering how a slur is a derogatory or insulting term applied to a group of people, and since cracker is a derogatory or insulting term applied to a group of people, it's a slur. It fits the literal definition of one to a T. It may not have the same historical significance like the N-word, but it's still a slur. Surprisingly, Twitch decided to hit Hasan with a ban for saying cracker on stream, and because of this, Hasan had a meltdown on Twitter. Honestly, I don't know what Hasan was expecting. He knew 2 of his mods got banned for the same thing, said the magic word that got them banned, and then acted all surprised and shocked that he also got banned. Like, maybe you shouldn't act surprised that you deliberately violated the TOS of a site and suffered the consequences for it. If you don't like how Twitch runs things, maybe you should make your own streaming site. He threw a hissy fit on Twitter when everyone knows that he's not going to get permabanned because A, he's one of Twitch's biggest creators, and B, his uncle owns the Young Turks, so he can cry to his uncle to get unbanned from Twitch. But don't you dare point out that he's boosted by his uncle, because that's just a Groiper neckbeard meme. After getting unbanned, to no one's surprise, he goes back on Twitch and doubles down on saying it again right after getting unbanned.
And pushed Twitch's buttons because of the very same thing I've talked about a million times over. Okay? About the term, trigger warning.
Hello, fellow ketos.
The term cracker. That's right. And also understand that you are further advocating to, I guess, ban different words such as, and to my knowledge, these are not banned. Hillbilly, hick, mayonnaise monkey, vanilla gorilla, and numerous other kinds of words, or honky, whitey, numerous other kinds of words, redneck, that are used
in common vernacular. Okay? You want to ban the word Karen. Many people, colonizer is another one. Many people who have advocated in the past to be able to say the N-word are unironically doing exactly what they hated, right? Supposedly.
It honestly would have been pretty funny if Twitch banned him again right after. Now, while I have stated some of my thoughts on this event, I will add a little bit more here. To reiterate, while context matters, like if you're talking about cracker, the food item, or the people in order to determine malice, and while saying the cracker word is nowhere near as bad as saying some other ones that discriminate against entire groups of people, you are still discriminating against a broad group of people, and if you are actually progressive and accepting of others, this would be a massive issue. It's just hypocritical to preach diversity and tolerance and then go and bash on a group of people just because it's deemed socially okay to do so. Also, the fact that Hasan was trying to make all of these loopholes to justify him discriminating against a certain group of people in order to prove that, he's not actually racist because of reasons, lol. He just makes an ass of himself going, yeah, fuck crackers, lol. But actually, I'm not racist because of this really long-winded explanation that I pulled out of my ass. It's just really wimpy and spineless behavior to openly hate on one group just because it's the norm to do so. He's going on saying shit like, shut your saltine ass up, you fragile little bitch. When people talk about how it's unfair to judge white people based on the actions of other white people who are long since dead. Hasan, you have meltdowns over Twitch and Reddit comments on a daily. You are in no place to call other people fragile when you maul non-stop on stream. How are you this self-unaware? He also says that white people are oppressed just on the basis of class, not race. Whiteness is a made-up concept by slavers who want to maintain arbitrary purity standards. This is why the entire argument is stupid, and you're upset about the wrong thing. From a fellow cracker. Is this dude seriously claiming that he's white despite the fact that he's Turkish? You aren't white, you're Middle Eastern, and don't give me that white passing BS. The very first time that I saw Hasan, in no way did I ever think he was white. Saying Hasan is white is like saying a pale-skinned Asian is white. They just aren't white passing. His statement on whiteness being only oppressed by class falls apart when you consider how if you discriminate against someone based on their skin color and nothing else, that makes you racist, and that also applies to white people. It's possible to discriminate against anyone based solely on skin color, and this is something that happens to every group of people. Instead of crying about how cracker isn't racist even though it fits the definition of a slur, imagine if Hasan said so what to all the people who called him racist. Imagine how much better he would look instead of mauling and spurging on Twitter about how he actually isn't racist just because. Oh wait, doing that would ruin his image of being progressive and diverse. The cognitive dissonance is real. It's racist to use derogatory terms towards large groups of people unless they're white. Not racist, by the way. The only thing that this whole cracker fiasco showed me was the inconsistency that people have when it comes to hating on white people. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, some of the statements I find hating on whites are absolutely funny. Like when people on Twitter post the slurs for white people list. But when you're preaching about being diverse and progressive, I don't know, maybe actually played a part instead of just giving us lip service? This segment isn't a scathing review of Hasan like in some of my other parts, I just find this event really funny. So a while back, Hasan expressed an interest of getting into boxing. Sam Hyde, upon hearing this, decided to challenge Hasan to a little sparring match for a prize of $1 million. However, Hasan, for whatever reason, doesn't even respond at all to this statement. As in, he completely ignores it and pretends like Sam just doesn't exist. Sam even tried to sweeten the deal by raising the prize pool to $2.5 million and Hasan is still ghosting Sam. Like, Hasan, don't you want another $3 million mansion? They aren't gonna pay for themselves, you know. They cost $3 million to buy. Don't you want some money for your second one? since you know it's apparently socialism to drop millions of dollars on a mansion. Now, if you bring this up in any of Hasan's socials, like Twitter, Twitch, or Reddit, either him or his mods will block/ban you. Very clearly, Sam Hyde is a taboo topic. The forbidden name, if you will. A common reason Hasan's mods and followers will give you as to why Hasan won't acknowledge Sam is because Sam is apparently a white supremacist or an alt-right Nazi. My question is that if Sam Hyde is a quote-unquote white supremacist or alt-right Nazi, wouldn't you want to box him? Don't you want to punch his lights out and own him if that's the case? You would be able to empower the left from this victory. But Hasan is far too prideful and scared for any of this, so he won't. I just think Hasan is really scared to lose because he knows that if he loses, he's gonna be the laughingstock of the internet. I mean, he kind of is at the moment, but it would be nothing compared to if he lost. But who cares though, really? Like, doesn't Hasan want an extra $2.5 million to his name? That's a lot of money, and all you have to do to get it is to throw down with Sam Hyde. Hasan handled the Sam Hyde boxing situation worse than how RiceGum handled the iDubbbz boxing situation. At least RiceGum acknowledged the iDubbbz boxing situation, even though the reasons he gave for backing out of it were complete dog shit. But Hasan here is going the extra mile and acting like saying Sam Hyde's name is like saying Voldemort, and won't even acknowledge him, but at the same time, I kinda don't really blame Hasan for this. I mean, if we compared it to, Hasan is just known for sitting on his ass all day being a political Twitch debate bro, and leeching off of other people's content while Sam looks like he's got that roided up crackhead energy. He would tear Hasan apart in the ring. The only reason Hasan would last more than a minute in the ring with Sam is because Sam would want to play with his food first. Hasan Piker would get eviscerated after putting Sam Hyde in a self-defense situation. When you build up a massive following because of your uncle, and you've deluded yourself into believing that people actually watch you for your content, and not for the fact that your uncle owns the Young Turks. Because let's be honest, you give Jinx level reactions to YouTube videos, and all your political takes are basic bitch material. Naturally, as a result of all of this, Hasan has a pretty big feeling of self-worth. You know, he thinks he's hot shit basically. Which translates into a really big ego, which of course backfires on him and gets him into a ton of hot water and unnecessary drama. Here are some of these moments. Starting off, we got a fun little story regarding a special interaction with Nerd City and Hasan. So Hasan was doing the usual of mooching off people's videos. Sorry, I mean definitely utilizing fair use by leaving the video playing when he's not there and eating food and not saying anything. He was planning to do this with Nerd City until he got a message from a very concerned Twitch viewer about how Nerd City apparently hates him.
Don't watch Nerd City, they hate YouTube. Nerd City hates me? Why? I've watched some of their videos, they're fucking really good. They hate me? Are you sure? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm not watching this fucking person. Oh, no shot. No. I already saw some shit that oh, no way. I'm not trying to see that at all. What is this? Consider collaborating with RSTYCG on this. He phone banked for Kamala Harris and he's 100% vetted. He recently acquired the DVDs to his series and I know he was working on an expose about it. Okay, maybe he doesn't hate me, but I did see some other shit there. My cousin who downloaded the Twitch leak told me Hasan once had his stomach pumped at the hospital and there was a gallon of cum.
I like how Hasan didn't find any proof of Nerd hating on him and just wimped out over Nerd being a fan of crypto, which is whatever. I do think that NFT shit is kind of cringe, especially with the monkeys, even though they kind of go hard, by the way, feel free to screenshot. But who honestly cares that Nerd likes crypto or whatever? It's just busybodies trying to justify their arbitrary hate for someone, and crypto has no relation to hating Hasan. I like how Hasan didn't find any proof of Nerd hating on him and just wimped out over Nerd being a fan of crypto, which is whatever. I do think that NFT shit is kind of cringe, especially with the monkeys, even though they kind of go hard, by the way, feel free to screenshot. But who honestly cares that Nerd likes crypto or whatever? It's just busybodies trying to justify their arbitrary hate for someone, and crypto has no relation to hating Hasan. While it looks like Hasan is only avoiding Nerd because of his involvement with crypto, what Hasan was really afraid of that made him not react to Nerd City was the fact that he retweeted Sam Hyde. While the original clip does not show this, Rusty Cage posted a fixed version that shows Hasan scrolling and seeing Nerd City retweet Sam Hyde.
They hate me? Are you sure? Oh, never mind.
It's unreal how scared Hasan is of Sam that he will even outright refuse to mooch off of someone's content because of a simple retweet, and how immediately after seeing that retweet, Hasan cowered out of fear and tried to play it off as though it was the crypto and not the Sam Hyde retweet. Hasan was still curious about if Nerd City actually hated him though, so he did some more digging until he found a tweet, which said, "My cousin who downloaded the Twitch leak told me Hasan once had his stomach pumped at the hospital and they found a gallon of cum." Damn, only a gallon. Hasan must have been slacking that day. But for real, that was the supposed hate comment that proves Nerd City hates Hasan? Bruh, that just looks like a joke about the Twitch leaks that took place a while back. While it does have Hasan drinking a gallon of cum, it's very clearly a shitpost and a joke. And while you don't have to like it, to say that it's hateful is downright delusional. And B, what's wrong with Hasan drinking a gallon of cum? It's 2022. He can do whatever he wants. You homophobic or something? This situation is the end result of what happens when you let Twitch chat dictate what you can and can't do. Imagine being such a puppet for your chat that you let them tell you how to feel instead of actually forming opinions for yourself. He did it with Jay when he brought up Sargon, and now he's beefing with Nerd City because of a random Twitch chatter. Speaking of people that Hasan won't engage with, Hasan also got himself into a freakout during a podcast because of Destiny, who Hasan won't engage with, and also funnily enough wasn't even there. It all starts when Caseytron makes a joke about Destiny being better at explaining things, which Hasan does not like one bit.
Created this concept and for why they did this, and this is historical, to justify the slave. Whiteness as a concept has changed throughout time. The point I'm trying to make is economic motivation.
Okay. Informative though, thank you.
Irrelevant.
Destiny's back.
Completely irrelevant.
I just
the concept of
I have to guide the discussion.
Time.
Destiny, get in here.
I just have a question. So when we say like, can somebody be racist against somebody under like, I guess like the common vernacular of like, could somebody hate somebody because of their skin color? Of course, anybody can do that. But when we start like analyzing society, we look at like meaningful demonstrations of racism. So for instance, like the criminal justice system or economic disadvantages, right? In these ways, minority people can't really exercise racism against majority people because they don't really have the status or the power in society in order to do so.
I vote for Destiny. It's like I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away instead of making us wait.
So we didn't have to list a fucking Hasan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me
feel like we have the cheat sheet right here.
Honestly, like
it's funny because like the only way
it's such a fucking retarded thing to say. Like I'm sorry, but like if you can't comprehend the fucking shit that I'm saying, it's on you, okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Hey, yeah, Wes.
You said the R word.
He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
You can say retard on Twitch. Zeta Poppin says it all the time.
Fuck Twitch then.
No, wait, relax. Hey, come on now, Wes. Let's be nice.
Wait, what did I do?
Well, look.
I was just joking. I don't really. You don't know how to make jokes without people taking it so seriously.
Why I use prejudice or discrimination over racism is because, again, like Destiny mentioned, that I padded up with legislative background information.
So, do you want my actual answer?
You can't have fucking power.
Even though I get you think I'm stupid, what I was trying to say is that because all arguments are based on your definition. So what he did is he laid out the two definitions and why they're different, and then he explained why one yes and one no. Right. If you would have done that from the beginning, I would have understood 100%. But the first thing you did is start jumping in.
No, you wouldn't have, because it's me talking. That's
not true.
Try it next time.
This simple statement makes Hasan throw a hissy fit and start trying to ego out the Destiny remarks, talking about how everyone else is fucking stupid and retarded. Really starting to show your own insecurities when you blow up this heavily over a Destiny remark. The sad part is that this isn't even the worst of his freakout yet. The only question that this raises is if Hasan can't even handle a simple remark as a political commentator. What makes us think he can handle the big stuff like debates?
Dude, don't fucking ask me to be on if this is the shit that you're gonna pull, Rajj. Like, seriously.
What did I pull?
What?
What did I pull?
Oh, put Destiny in the chat. Fucking have Destiny on.
I
instead of me
didn't
then.
put
You're doing a better
Destiny in
job
the
defending
poll.
my
He's not
arguments,
in
I
the
guess.
poll. I was joking. He's not in the poll.
I know he's not in the fucking poll, dipshit. I'm saying that it's pissing me off because you're devaluing my perspective, which is ongoing.
No,
which is
I
an
had no.
ongoing
That had
issue
nothing
in
to
this
do.
fucking chat,
Hassan,
and also with the people you're talking to right now.
Hassan, that had nothing. I was putting it. I was just saying because Destiny came into the show late after I had tried to get him on the show.
95% of your fucking Discord is like Hasan is so dumb. Hasan is so dumb.
Look, relax,
95%
dude.
of the fucking chat is like Hasan is so stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna get fucking triggered
Everyone
after a while.
says stupid.
Don't even. Just don't even read chat. You know that.
Hassan, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, but it's not
Hold
just
on.
the chat,
Hassan,
obviously.
relax. Dude,
Every
look.
fucking guest on this podcast doing the exact same bullshit.
Hassan, look.
Jesus Christ, Hasan is really losing it. He's mad because Rajj apparently put Destiny in the poll. And when Rajj says he never even put Destiny in the poll, Hasan reveals that he knew, yet he's still raging hard. Is Hasan seriously just being mad for the sake of being mad? And Hasan mauling about Twitch chat calling him stupid is peak irony when he spends his stream calling various people in his Twitch chat stupid. Yet when people start calling him stupid, he immediately breaks down. Hasan is the epitome of dishing it out but can't take it.
I said to
And then
put.
it's like, oh, why are you triggered? I'm a fucking human being, dog.
Look,
if there are 20,000 people who are saying I'm retarded, obviously I'm gonna get pissed after a
Hasan,
while.
look.
Dude is crying about quote-unquote 20k people shitting on him in the chat, completely ignoring that he has millions of followers. He makes it look like he only gets hate when he also has a massive outcropping of support to defend him anytime he does something stupid online.
I said I was going to put Destiny in the poll because...
Especially by people who are dumber than me on this subject.
Okay, all right.
You're in the lead.
The reason I put... You're winning the round, by the way. The reason...
If I'm winning this fucking round, dude.
The reason
I'm
why...
losing my fucking hair follicles by the second because I literally have to sit here every fucking day and explain the same insanely easy to understand concepts over and over. And then literally the counterpoint is, well, what if you say male? Does that mean you're racist? Like all of a sudden everyone's
Hasan.
like, Omega lol, yes.
Hasan, why do you do it then?
Obviously it's
Relax.
just a joke.
Relax,
but
relax.
then it expands to people's real lives and it actually
Hasan.
contributes to people voting for fucking assholes like Donald Trump. That's why I'm pissed off.
Okay,
getting anxious.
Hasan, look.
So Hasan gets told that even after his freakout, he's still winning the discussion, only for him to rage more upon hearing that he's actually winning the argument. Like, how can you be this dense? He's crying about chat shitting on him. Yet, clearly, it's nowhere as bad as he's making it out to be, since most people agree with his points the most. I mean, sure, he has some people making fun of him, but that's on par for the course, especially when you have 20,000 people watching a live stream. This even disproves that most of the chat is mocking him, because if that was true, then why would he be winning the poll with his takes? Also, is Hasan seriously saying that people making Destiny jokes are the reason why Donald Trump got elected? Is he serious? These two events have no correlation. The Destiny joke wasn't even made until after Trump was already president. Genuinely, what the fuck is this leap in logic? Hasan says shit like this and then gets mad that no one takes him seriously. Gee, I wonder why people make fun of you all the time. It surely has nothing to do with your insane rants that lead to you saying that making fun of you is why Trump got elected.
This is not Donald
Hold on,
Trump
wait,
being
Hasan,
president.
relax, dude.
Okay.
Hold on. The reason I said I was going to put Destiny in the poll had nothing to do with him coming in and people agreeing with his perspective. It had everything to do with the fact that I tried to get Destiny on the show earlier, and he comes in and brings in his perspective. It has nothing to do with undermining your opinion at all. And I don't know
It's
what.
this gigantic Sisyphean fucking hurdle, this massive boulder that I need to fucking push up a hill every goddamn day.
I don't
only
know
to
what
have
that
it
word
devalued
means.
and only to be undercut. So if you're gonna ask me to be on your fucking show, don't treat me like absolute dog shit when I'm being serious about what the fuck I'm talking
I
about.
didn't treat you like dog shit. What did I say that treated you like dog shit? I really would like you to enlighten me on that. I haven't treated you like dog shit at all. I told you it had nothing to do with me undermining your opinion at all. I had nothing to do with that at all. I didn't say I'm going to put Destiny in the poll because Hasan's opinion was shit. I said I was going to put Destiny in the poll because he keeps coming in and giving his opinion on different subjects. I love having you on my show. I would never do that. I don't know why you're accusing me of doing that.
Jesus, Hasan is really mask off when it comes to showing his insecurities. Turns out that the quote-unquote Destiny remark was only because Destiny appeared beforehand and gave his input on a question everyone in the call was debating, so there was a valid reason for the Destiny joke, and it wasn't just to shit on Hasan. After hearing this, you would think Hasan would be relieved and calm down, But no, he doubles down and goes into an insane rant about some Sisyphean hurdle. Apparently making jokes about Destiny is undervaluing and undercutting Hasan.
I don't mean it to sound like I'm devaluing your opinion or being confrontational. It's just like, before I argue about stuff, I want to like clarify what it is we're actually arguing about. And kind of
just has a way of sounding like a dick
I
all the
wasn't like
time.
I wasn't dealing with you as you were a
I want to
troll.
make sure I understood it right.
Reynard's just always had a way of coming off like a dick. It's true.
That's true.
Is a
It's
dick.
true.
That's why I'm taking him seriously and having like trying to have a normal conversation with him. And I'm not dealing with him as though he's a fucking troll or whatever.
What normal conversation are you talking about? You spent the whole time having a mental breakdown over a joke about Destiny in the poll. Even saying jokes like that are why Trump won, and you somehow think that's normal. I think you need some of Dream's normal pills. Maybe then you will realize what a normal conversation is. Hasan can't handle taking losses that inevitably come with debating politics, and the end result is just him blowing up, coupled with the fact that Hasan himself is very insecure about being called stupid or made fun of, which accumulates into this never-ending rage where he has to try and prove himself right at all costs. He gets mad that when Destiny says something, people agree with him, but when he says something, people don't.
I just don't understand why you thought that I was putting Destiny in the poll is some reason to take a shot at you. I don't understand that.
Look, dude. Over and over again. I make a fucking long-winded point because I know that people don't have like the same kind of education to fully comprehend exactly what I'm about to say, and then Destiny comes in and summarizes the same point that I made. By acting on top of that. It's like someone fucking unscrewing a cap all the way to the end and then him popping it open and then everyone will be like, oh, it's great. Look, and Destiny is brilliant and he is definitely a more effective orator than myself. But if it's an ongoing thing over and over again where everyone's like, Hasan is so fucking dumb, Hasan is so stupid, Hasan is such a fucking commie, then I don't need to be here. I don't need to fucking bust my ass every goddamn day.
I apologize if that's what I made you feel, but that's not. Do you understand? That's not what my intention was when I said that. It had nothing to.
It's whatever. It's okay.
Maybe if this is a reoccurring issue that happens often enough to where you're frothing at the mouth in rage, you should try and word your points better because clearly you have an issue with expressing points. Another notable example of Hasan's rage is when, after pussying out of a debate with twomad because of his own fears, he manages to get someone called Christian Walker, who is a conservative TikToker, for a debate. They go back and forth at it for an hour. Honestly, I don't really care about the debate itself, so I'm not going to comment on that. I'm more interested in what happened after the debate, because that's when it got really interesting. So his subreddit gave him shit for this debate, saying how Hasan only views trans people as something to use as a debate point for entertainment and attention. Hasan did not like this one bit, but it reaches a tipping point when one person says that Hasan shouldn't talk about trans people as he is no vouch. Now, what do you think Hasan's reaction was to this? Did he A, address the concern in a reasonable manner, or B, ignore it entirely? Well, I think we already know the answer to that, because if he did either of those things, I wouldn't be talking about it. Let's see how Hasan responded to a perfectly reasonable statement.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day, okay? There you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are fucking cancer, okay? You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community. Suck my dick. For the record, my issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a vosh at trans debates.
Oh no, he's gonna lose it. Dude, the #1 trigger for Hasan is comparing him to other people. He gets so fucking mad. That was one of the things that made him blow up at me so much, because people would compare us and he would get he's super fragile about it. Oh no.
I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day, okay?
Jesus Christ! Oh no!
Here you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet.
Jesus.
You are fucking cancer, okay? You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community. Suck my dick. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. Move your catboy ass out of here. You are never welcome. You are never going to be unbanned. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how much you want to get unbanned, I will never unban you. You are now banished into the fucking shadow realm, okay? This notion that I am not fucking like I should not be having transphobes on or ever talk about transphobia or to transphobic people is such a pathetic and stupid fucking argument when Vosh himself has probably said that the debate is fine. Okay? I don't like you. I'm gonna make this very clear. If you are this type of person, I don't like you. I don't want you to be in here, okay? Or if you're gonna be in here, you need to fucking know your place. You need to know your place. Your place is this. Okay? It's not this, it's this. You can stay in here and watch, but you're not gonna be able to fucking write shit in the chat.
As you can see, I had to find this clip on Twitter or Destiny's channel because for some odd reason, Hasan decided to nuke this part and pretend like it never happened. Because turns out when you wish for a trans person to suffer for the rest of their lives, it's not the best optics. But seriously, what the fuck is actually wrong with Hasan? Someone who is a 15-month Twitch subscriber gives some mild-ass criticism, and he decides that the best way to deal with that is to hope that they suffer for the rest of their lives, and to call them cancer after permabanning them. Surely, for someone who espouses progressive views like Hasan, he has to realize that this looks really transphobic for him. Where he blows up at a trans person over a small comment that isn't even harsh. Yes, he's only pro-trans rights to the trans people who support him. The rest of them can just suffer for the rest of their lives, and are just cancer apparently. Hasan is so fragile, yet he seriously thinks that people should take him seriously when he explodes over the smallest of things. It's like with the Rajj Royale video. He can't accept any remarks made against him and subsequently spurgs out as a result of this. And he expects people to take him seriously on political topics when he pulls shit like this. Hasan can't handle any loss whatsoever, and that just translates into rage against his viewers. Speaking of Hasan spurging out at random Twitch users, he decided to get mad at someone for donating money to him.
Watching you squirm after Destiny's stream is my favorite thing to watch. Here's some money for the best content on Twitch XD.
Thanks, buddy. I have your email now, by the way, just for the record. So why don't you just stop fucking sending me donos to harass me for your daddy Destiny with literally your email involved in it? What a fucking stupid thing you just did now. Why would you do that? Why would you donate money to me with your fucking actual email? You absolute idiot. I have your full name now.
Legit, what the fuck does Hasan even mean by this? Is Hasan seriously trying to get someone doxxed for saying that Destiny was better? How do you think this makes you look good in any way? That dude had to give you money to type that to you. You could have just said, thanks for the $5, dumbass. But no, you have to ego trip it for whatever godforsaken reason and threaten him with his full name. Being paid money for someone to give you an extremely mild insult is probably the least bad way to be insulted, and you still choke it up somehow. I'm gonna dox you. I have your email and your full name. Dude, it's not that serious. Calm down. You got your money. Just move on. This just makes you look bad. Hasan loves socialism. He loves it so much that when he sees people participating in capitalism by having a Patreon, he has to do something about it. In this case, when someone gave him flack for buying a $3 million mansion, Hasan decides the best way to react is to try and own him in a gotcha moment. Hasan responds with, "You literally have a Patreon link on your profile, Lamau. What whack-ass comparison is this?" Yes, Hasan, clearly having a Patreon is the same as being able to outright purchase a $3 million mansion. These are definitely comparable. How are you not able to grasp that the everyday person isn't able to drop a couple million on a mansion? They respond with, "That's entirely different than buying a $3 million home in a rich neighborhood, but I guess you got me for making $100 a month, lol." Upon seeing this reply, Hasan instantly lost it. Oh, so the way we generate income is identical. It's just the amount that bothers you. Got it. This is a real great look for the PSL web, by the way. Didn't realize Marxism wasn't about the relation to the means of production, but about arbitrary cultural signifiers assigned by reactionaries. So your response to someone saying that buying a multi-million-dollar mansion in a rich neighborhood is not comparable to making $100 on Patreon is to try and get them removed from their position at the PSL. Stay classy, Hasan. Get people fired from their position at a political party because they disagree on buying $3 million mansions being socialist. I said it before, but even if you somehow think that Hasan is in the right for buying a $3 million mansion, you cannot tell me with a straight face that the average person is able to drop that kind of bag on a mansion. I'm just flabbergasted at how Hasan thinks trying to get people removed from their political parties over Twitter disagreements is a good idea or a look. The ironic part is that the Patreon is a way better example of how you can be socialist yet still participate in capitalism to survive, since you don't need a $3 million mansion to get by in society. Yet Hasan overlooks that and opts to bash her for instead to divert attention away from his $3 million mansion. Almost like Hasan is just projecting his embarrassment of such a shameless display of capitalism by saying that someone making $100 a month is the same as him buying a $3 million mansion. The fact that Hasan can't handle being wrong at any point and needs to assert himself as being right at all times leads to some interesting moments. I already discussed some of these, but I think this one's going to take the cake. So the Ukraine-Russian war breaks out, and as one of the biggest political streamers, you know Hasan's got to get his take up there by defending Russia with the most insane comparison. Legitimately, what is Hasan even thinking here?
Change the reality of the Crimean annexation being a completely justifiable fucking act by the Russian government, okay? So that's it. That's fine. And Hitler invaded countries based on Germanic ties at first? Yeah, dude. Talk to me when he's fucking throwing Ukrainians in a fucking... What are you talking about? Talk to me when he's throwing Ukrainians at a concentration camp, okay? Hitler wasn't fucking bad because he decided to invade Austria. He was bad because he was fucking killing Jews, okay? That was the problem. He wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking annex territory with like Germanic people in it. That wasn't the main problem with Hitler, I think. That was like maybe 8th down the line.
I have no idea what would even possess anyone to defend Hitler. Hasan is one of the last people I would expect to defend Hitler, because you know, the only people who would defend Hitler are Nazis and white supremacists. Now, I'm not saying that Hasan is a Nazi or a white supremacist, but it just shows that he is so stubborn and he lets his ego get in the way, which leads him to say insane shit like, actually, Hitler wasn't that bad. Great look! You definitely know what you are talking about politically. And you definitely don't pull shit out of your ass. You do know that Hitler did more than just kill Jews, right? He single-handedly caused World War II, which got millions killed. And he was a poor military leader that made Germany even more crippled than it was post-World War I. Hitler wasn't some guy who had good points aside from the killing Jews part. He was the dude that got Germany ass-fucked a second time. Speaking of Hasan's hot Ukraine-Russia takes, he noticed that his hot takes defending Russia and Hitler and his overall stance on the Ukraine war was getting a lot of traction, especially on clip channels which would point out that he was wrong, so he decided to do something about it.
Yeah, I've been noticing it's been hella toxic. Even clip channels are being annoying and commenting in the description on how you're wrong. Why are they clipping me then? Like, if my own fucking clip channels are clipping all of my videos to make money, why are you fucking clipping wrong information then? If that's the case. And then fuck you, dude. Don't make me DMCA your bitch asses. I will destroy the Hasan Clips industrial complex. I will make what Russia is doing to Ukraine look like little kisses to the Hasan Clips industrial complex. Do you understand me? Motherfuckers are literally posting my YouTube videos from my fucking Twitch, stealing this shit because I allow them to, so they can make money off of it, just to make me look fucking bad or shit on me? What the fuck is this?
I'm gonna look this up. I didn't even know. I haven't been on YouTube for a long time.
The irony of Hasan bitching about people just taking his content and reposting it for money is funny, considering how this rant is supporting Jay's stance on reaction content. Guess Hasan doesn't like it when people don't do transformative shit with his content. Crazy. The sad part is that he's still not gonna understand why his reactions are wrong. He makes a living off stealing other people's content, and if anyone ever decides to file a DMCA against him, legally Hasan has to accept it because they would be in the right. There's nothing he can do aside from trying to lie about them being Nazis. He's so close to understanding why people don't like his React content. The funny thing is that he has encouraged people to clip and reuse his content in the past, but now that it doesn't suit him anymore, he wants to burn it down. He parrots Russian propaganda while they unjustly invade Ukraine. And he has the audacity to get mad that his takes on the Russia-Ukraine war is so bad that even his own clip channels turn against him. And don't even try and give me the he was clipped out of context excuse. After hearing him try and defend Hitler, I have nothing more to say about his takes on the Russia-Ukraine war. Speaking of Hasan reacting, Hasan also decided to react to a YouTuber called Jidion, who is known for his prank videos. The video in question is about Jidion visiting the most racist town in America, and Hasan decided to react to it. I will link Jidion's response in the description so you guys can see Jidion's explanation of Hasan's reaction in depth. But basically throughout Hasan's whole reaction, he was just patronizing Jidion. Basically just telling him how he should act as a black person and being really condescending towards him. Hasan calls himself white, and then he has the gall to go and tell a black person how they should really feel about racism. Jidion just wanted to have a conversation and to see what the town was really like and not cause trouble. And Hasan in his chat somehow interpreted it as Jidion being dumb about racism. Jidion isn't some naive dumbass who doesn't know what racism is.
Hey, can I ask you a question? How long have you lived here?
16 years.
16 years. Like, how do you like it?
I like it.
They said that this place was like the most racist town in America, but like what have you seen here that you would like deem maybe racist?
Out in Zeke, which is probably like a 20-minute drive, the leader of the Ku Klux Klan or whatever lives out there.
So this isn't the racist town, Zink.
We have people, of course, but you're gonna find that everywhere.
So the thing is, like, this shit's gonna make him all so hard. I was hoping you would react to it. So one thing that we need to always establish is that, like, just because a fucking town is racist, one, doesn't mean that they're going to be, like, literally fucking running around and doing hate crimes to every black person they see. I don't know why Americans have such a twisted and broken fucking understanding of what racism is, which is weird. I mean, I know Jidion doesn't give a shit because he's like, you know, he's a content creator first. Like, that's what.
I mean, no, I do give a shit because, you know, first, I'm a black man. Like, it doesn't matter how many followers I have or what influence I have. First thing first, I'm a black man, you know? Like, not everybody in the world knows who I am, you know? When people just see me walk down the street, I'm just a regular black guy. So, first thing I do care. And then second thing, I don't have a skewed perception of what racism is. I've been black 21 years of my life. I know what racism is. I know the different forms that it comes in and stuff like that. Like, you know, I wasn't expecting, like, was I expecting maybe someone to call me the N-word and stuff like that? Who knows and stuff like that. But I know the different forms of racism, and if I saw it, I would have called it out and stuff like that. So I don't know why you think, like, I just went there looking for the N-word and stuff like that, because I know all the different forms of racism that it comes from. I know the conservative side of racism, and I know the liberal side of racism, because on both spectrums, there's racism to the black community, on both spectrums. But if anything, like, what I see personally is on the conservative side of racism is way more blatant. Like, they'll be more straight up about it. But on the liberal side of racism, that shit is, like, so hidden and undertoned, and it has so many different layers that it's hard for a lot of black people to see the liberal side of racism, but it's still there. I'm just talking about the political side of racism and everything like that. So for you to say I don't care, obviously I do care. I care about my people. I love my people. I love being a black man. I have no shame about it at all. and I love my blackness, and I love my people, and I'll never bring down my people or anything like that. So for you to say I don't care, like, for me to go out there shows how much I care. Cause like, bro, what would a banger video be if I died? I could have died while I was out here, but I risked my life because I want to actually see it for myself instead of letting a video dictate my opinion. A 2-minute video at that. I'm not gonna let a 2-minute video dictate my opinion of an entire town.
He's black. He's had a lifetime to experience racism in its many different forms. Just because he isn't immediately being dismissive of someone doesn't mean that he agrees with them. He just wants to hear them out and see where they're coming from. For example, when that dude was talking about black people being animals, do you actually think that Jidion believes that black people are animals?
You know, I'm not going there to change his mind, you know? Like, he grew up believing what he believes.
So they have a church. And if you read your Bible, he was created by God shaping him out of clay and breathing breath in his nostrils.
Yes, sir.
That's the white man. You are considered a beast, no different than a cow, a horse.
So they preached that, like, we were...
Yes.
Even Jidion himself said that he didn't like what that guy said.
I just saw someone in the chat say they don't matter. Like, bro, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing with a lot of people, bro. Like, they hear something they don't like and they just shut off their brains and don't listen. That's why, like, bro, I literally talked to a guy that's in the KKK. And, bro, like, you guys think I agree with what he was saying? Do you guys honestly think I agree with what he was saying? Fuck no, bro. They think I'm literally a beast. They think I was like, they think I'm an animal. The guy literally told us in the Walmart, they think I'm an animal. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to shut off my brain. I'm going to listen. For there to be change, we have to listen to both sides. Both sides have to listen to each other. But one side censors the other side, and the other side just blocks out and says la 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 what the other side says. That's why we're in the situation that we're in today, because nobody wants to talk to each other. You can't talk to like-minded people and expect change. It's impossible. That's literally impossible. You have to talk to people that have different perspectives.
Hasan is just mad that Jidion didn't say what he wanted to hear, so he just acts really indignant throughout the whole video. Hasan came into this video with a negative attitude, and it shows. Hasan can preach all he wants from his chair at home, but Jidion was the one who actually went to the town and experienced it for himself. What makes you think that you're more qualified to tell Jidion what to feel about a town that you've never been to? You just sit on your ass all day and talk. You only reacted to this video because it gathered 3 million views in one day, completely disregarding your chat's warning of showing a banned streamer, which is against Twitch's TOS.
Alright, boys, so Brandon literally got food poisoning when we were inside the place and stuff like that. Brody actually like started throwing up like crazy. It was actually really bad. So he's gonna be in this hotel chilling and stuff like that. So I was thinking about going to Zinc.
You guys permit off Twitch? Why are you risking your stream for this mid video? Why are you so brain diseased that you're like, I can't watch a fucking video that is like already accrued, okay? 3.4 million views over the course of the fucking past 24 hours that is inherently political, that is about fucking possibly this person, either A, whitewashing white supremacists, or B, not. Shut the fuck.
How do you whitewash white supremacists? Why are you going in this thinking that I'm gonna go in here trying to make white supremacists look good? Like, why is that your first thought? Like, why? Like, do you think I think that little of my race that I'm gonna go in there to like try to like make it look like white supremacy is great and stuff like that just for some views and click? Like, do you honestly think I'm that pandering and that pathetic? Like, that's what it sounds like you're saying. That's what it dead ass sounds like you're saying. And then, you know, and like you say in the video is political and stuff like that. I would honestly say that this video is really not political at all. I would honestly say that. Like, deadass, at the core of this video, I feel like we showed that human beings are human beings and stuff like that. But that's the thing. Hasan, he went into this video with already a negative, like, thought process and stuff like that. But I promise you guys, as he watches this video, he's not going to see the negative connotation that he's already expecting, even though he's only 3 minutes in. I promise you. He's not going to see that. And I want to see what he said. I want to see what his reaction is to me not baiting, me not whitewashing white supremacy, and me just being a regular human being asking other regular human beings regular questions. I really want to see what he says about that.
Fuck up.
shut the absolute fuck up, please. What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfuckers, that are like long-term community members who are like, I know more than you do.
Jidion in the chat, since I'm whitewashing white supremacy. Jidion in the chat. My bad, y'all. My bad.
I know more
I'm
than you
gonna
do
chill
about
out
how
on
to fucking
whitewashing.
operate your stream and what to do.
Chill
He
out
is
on
not
that.
the main focus. He is not the main focus of this fucking video. The main focus of this video is white supremacy. What the fuck are you doing?
And when Jidion painted the message of the town not being as bad as people made it out to be, you dismiss him and try and paint your own perspective despite never visiting that town. For crying out loud, the vast majority of people in that town were against racism, and even the mayor wanted to put a stop to it. Like when he removed the white pride radio signs until it was put on private property where the mayor couldn't do anything about it.
I have to ask, with the the white pride radio sign, how come, especially with you being the mayor, like maybe like why wouldn't you be able to take that down?
I am so glad you asked. They put 4 of them up. When the first one went up, it was worse. I had a personal campaign to get that taken down, and I was able to do that. This last one is on his property. Legally, we can't do anything. It's First Amendment.
I'm not saying that there aren't any racists whatsoever in Harrison, but no matter where you go, from LA to New York, there will be racists anywhere you go. What Jidion was trying to do was to show that the town wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. Another content creator that Hasan had beef with recently is XQC. Now, I know you're asking, what would XQC do that would warrant Hasan's wrath? Well, this all started over a tier list that XQC made. What do you think XQC said that would make Hasan really mad? Did he rag on Hasan nonstop? Maybe take some jabs at him? Nope. Apparently why Hasan had a meltdown about XQC was because he gave Hasan a B tier ranking on a tier list.
Yeah, I'll spit it.
No, Nike manages to go. It's super fast.
It's not soy, it's just fucking weird.
Starships are made to fly Felix. No, can Russ is a Mangalore for that day. You can Nike manages straight to the water.
Hasan is B. I like Hasan a lot. He doesn't play a lot of games, so it cuts his versatility a little bit. Yeah, he's not as versatile as to play as many games, and I feel he's not as outgoing enough for fucking collabs too. It could be more fun. It's a good thing though. It could be a good thing though. Depends. This could go both ways. It's opinion based.
Apparently Hasan is such a man-child that he can't even deal with the fact that he gets a B tier, which isn't even bad in the first place. Sure, B isn't the best, but it's far from the worst. Like, if I found out I got a B on one of my tests, I would say that's pretty good. Add on to the fact that XQC said he liked Hasan, and the only negative things XQC said about Hasan was that he doesn't play enough video games, and he's not outgoing enough for collabs. Terrible stuff. Upon seeing this rating, Hasan decides the best way to react to this is to freak out in his second Twitter and Discord server. On his Twitter, he posts, XQC probably ranked me a B-list streamer because I won't fucking have him on when a trending political thing is happening. Where he has to act like he cares to farm the last ounce of the Twitch directory before he goes back to promoting crypto gambling to teens for multiple millions. What a weird and extreme thing to say over being ranked B tier. You definitely are not mad whatsoever. Who cares that you got ranked B in a tier list? No one else is bitching about this. Also, Hasan saying that he doesn't have XQC on when a political topic is trending is ironic considering how every time XQC is asked to be on, Hasan bows down and puts XQC on.
XQC probably ranked me a B-list streamer because I won't fucking have him on when a trending political thing is happening. Okay, so I don't know why he's saying that. I think this is so disingenuous. Guys, has there been any time where I didn't ask him to be on, then I wasn't on? Any time that I asked him to be on, I ended up being on. Right? So nobody's trying to act like a villain like he blocked me out when he didn't. When I asked to be on, I was on. When I didn't ask, I was on. Is that bad? Any time that I so if anything that makes it nice. I respect him for that, and I'm thankful for that. Anytime anytime there was a trending topic or whatever the fuck, or so anything happening in the world, I asked and he put me in. That's good. I'm happy about that. But then he acts like he blocked me out. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, I think he's mad because I blocked him out. But that would make sense if he did block me out, but he didn't. So how does that make any sense?
Don't put this tough guy act on like you refuse XQC, because you kneel to his clout. And who cares that XQC has gambling sponsors? I mean, obviously if they're scams, then I understand. But gambling by itself isn't that bad. I mean, you can drink and smoke on Twitch, and that's also addictive. As long as you're upfront about the gambling sponsorship, not promoting it to kids or not promoting the scam, then it should be okay to have a gambling sponsorship. Hasan also had some very strong messages about XQC on Discord. It starts off with him saying, "Lamau, I saw XQC's tier list and all I can say is Miskiff makes better content," to "I unironically hate him a little now, not gonna lie." Then he says, "I'm sorry you got like a 70 million stake deal and no one could call you out on it. I fucking hate his fanbase too now." And finally, he just links his tweet. Keep in mind that all of this stemmed from the fact that XQC put Hasan in B tier. Jesus Christ, Hasan is a massive baby. Imagine saying that you hate someone now because they said you were okay instead of sucking you off. It just sounds like Hasan has hated XQC for a while and only used him for clout but didn't say anything until now. How much of an ego does Hasan even have where he is typing this shit out over a goddamn tier list? This is your brain on politics. The way Hasan acts, you would have thought that XQC would have put him in F tier, which would still be a gross overreaction if XQC did put Hasan in F tier. But at least with that, you could see where Hasan was coming from. Hasan also had a 32-minute response to a tier list that XQC spent less than a minute about him. Definitely showing how much Hasan doesn't care about this tier list, by the way. To summarize the video, the first 10 minutes are him claiming that he's not mad when his Twitter and Discord messages say otherwise. And the rest of it is Hasan claiming he's actually mad at XQC for gambling and taking pot shots at him. One, Hasan only lashed out after the tier list, and he takes shots at people routinely on Twitch and Twitter. The ironic thing was that he has previously talked about how little tier lists matter to him, only for him to go out and have a meltdown over one later on down the line.
Oh, and by the way, get a load of this, all right? So he's a total hypocrite too, okay? Check out this clip from like 2 years ago, okay? Exposing him. Listen to this, all right? Hop on my live, Ricky.
Largest content creators on this platform, from XQC, maybe not Soda Poppin', but like XQC to like all these other people, Ludwig as well, who are pretty fucking sizable content creators on this platform, are themselves going to be very sad about not being ranked higher in other people's streams. I, unlike the rest of these people, and I legitimately am telling you this, do not give a fuck, because this is one area where I am fully secure.
Oh.
I am a political Andy.
Jesus Christ.
Stop
this
saying
terminology. Jesus.
I am. He's saying that seriously. He's not even like goofing around like, "Lol, I'm a political Andy." He's saying, "I am at the core a political Andy." Ugh.
How did this Twitch culture even
Fuck
happen?
off.
This is
Fully
like a
secure,
social.
by the way.
I blame it on Ice deciding.
Fully secure, by the way. Totally. He's just lying, by the way. When he's like, he's telling his audience, like, "This doesn't bother me, guys, by the way." And now we know, of course, he's just completely fucking, he's actually coping. Like, this is a cope.
Came on to Twitch 2 years ago. I did not know what the fuck Twitch was. I did not ever participate in Twitch as a watcher. I still rarely ever participate on Twitch as a watcher. And now I have 12,000 people in here.
You don't belong here, bitch. Twitch was for people that love video games. Get the fuck out of here, political Andy. Like, you don't belong here.
Why in the fuck
Twitch was for
would
the
I
boys.
ever be upset? I am
Twitch was for the fucking boys, not little fucking assholes like this.
Insanely fortunate, okay? This is beyond my own personal goals and comprehension to be able to have gotten to this point. Why the fuck? It's
Look
like
at him jerk himself off, you know? Like we're supposed to be impressed.
Doesn't he hate his life now?
Yeah.
It's like being upset because you stubbed your toe
after fucking winning the lottery.
Yeah, well, you got upset. So.
I mean, yeah, he's right, but also he's talking about himself. So.
Damn, imagine preaching this hard only to choke on your own words later on. You sure like talking the talk, but when it's time for you to put those words into actions, you show your true colors. He takes himself so seriously when he is getting angry at being placed B on a random tier list.
Let's get retarded. Let's get retarded in here. Let's get retarded. Let's get retarded in here.
So what did we learn today? Well, I learned that it's apparently socialism to buy $3 million mansions and $200,000 Porsches. Because that is definitely what the average person is able to feasibly purchase. For crying out loud, he even buys shirts worth over $1,000 and take joyrides in private jets. He would rather buy expensive clothing than pay his editors. I don't know how to tell you that this isn't just surviving in a capitalist society. He's running a show in it. I also learned that watching people's content without adding anything is transformative. Eating food and leaving stream while the video is still playing is good content. And if you disagree otherwise, you are a Nazi. Especially if you're non-binary.
Watch their videos ever again and I move on. This is what I said 1 fucking year ago. Since then he made a video, or they made a video. Afterwards, they had like a bunch of fucking Nazis in the kill stream get together and do an 8-hour reaction to my entire stream.
You should also beg for people to debate you only to pussy out when they call you out on misinformation.
Bro, you are so fucking brain dead. I just come on the stream, jackass. Here, dude. Here, you want to fucking come on the stream? Go ahead. Get on the stream, dude. Get on the stream. You've been begging to be on the stream. Don't make me fucking leak the DMs, dude. Pull up, bitch. You think if I stop right now to go fucking debate on memes that were popping 3 hours ago with twomad, you think these people are going to be happy?
Also, you should be extremely hypersensitive and rage and snap at every little thing. Because that definitely makes you look good long term. I don't understand how Hasan can have such a massive ego when he is only known for his basic ass political takes and his Jinx level reactions. The only reason why he has any relevance at all today is because his uncle owned the Young Turks. Without his uncle, he would be nothing. He routinely gets angry over small things and explodes in a fit of rage. Like when he tells a trans person who is subscribed to him that he hopes that they suffer for the rest of their life.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay? There you go.
To spurging out in full view in front of multiple Twitch streamers.
Dude, don't fucking ask me to be on if this is the shit that you're gonna pull, Raj. Like, seriously.
What did I pull?
What?
What did I pull?
Oh, put Destiny in the chat. Fucking have Destiny on.
I didn't put Destiny in the poll. He's not in the poll. I was joking. He's not in the poll.
I know he's not in the fucking poll, dipshit. I'm saying that it's pissing me off because you're devaluing my perspective, which is ongoing.
No, that had nothing to do
fucking chat.
Hasan.
He even hates XQC because XQC gave him a B on a tier list. The worst part is that he can rage as hard as he wants to with practically no consequences because he has a large audience and he says what they want to hear, so they will continue to support him regardless. His fans are rabid and will defend the honor of the multimillionaire while preaching socialism. Anyone who supports Hasan is either 15 or just completely brain dead. Hasan is gonna crash and burn, and when he does, it will be glorious. That's all I have to say. See ya.
Let's play.